With everything that's happening, and in the face of the abject failure of both parties to produce even a good faith attempt at a real solution to any problem American citizens face, I can't help but feel that the environment is just so ripe for something new. The left-right framing has absolutely failed this country. It's tied it in knots, and it was not by accident. It let the ruling class divide people who have the same needs, but different ideas on how to achieve them against each other, instead of against the people who actually have the power to meet those needs, and who are usually creating the problems that keep those needs from being met. In this country, money is power. We see this in how Elon was able to be himself and get stuffed into every orifice of the federal government by the Republican administration. We see this in how Democrats stuffed Bernie Sanders and AOC under the rug and gave us Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris instead. And they tried doing the same thing with Mamdani and Cuomo, but failed. At least for now. And now, with the Republicans trying so hard to make people forget they ever heard anything about Epstein, just like the Democrats did, I feel like everybody is just fed up with the bullshit. Like, we all know that they're all buddies. George Carlin said it decades ago. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. None of us are in it. It's not about the government versus the markets either. It's 2025. We've all been fucked by giant corporations who own half our politicians. Whether you're on customer support, speaking to your fifth robot in an hour, just trying to speak to a person who can actually help you, or prices rising higher and they're calling it inflation, despite the fact that these same corporations are paying less and less for our hard work and labor. It's rich imbeciles with no experience, no expertise, and no interest in actually getting things done that can make decisions on a whim based on what shit posts they read that day on Twitter, and make policy decisions that affect millions of Americans for years and years. And it's the spoiled brat kids of rich imbeciles who are even dumber than their parents and were taught that this country and its economy is just their little toy they get to play with and break whenever they throw a tantrum. Both parties want to strip all checks on corporations that own them so their CEOs can rule over America like a medieval aristocracy. People deserve to live and thrive. It would be better for literally everybody if people didn't go bankrupt for abundantly available medical care. They'd have more money to invest in their community. Instead, that money gets sucked up by a wealthy healthcare CEO who just puts it in their pocket with all the rest of their fucking money. If people could access the medical care they need, they'd be healthier and have more time and energy to spend building their community and themselves to the benefit of us all. If people weren't starving or scrambling for shelter against the elements, they'd have more time and energy to spend helping improve other people's lives. Empowered people with their needs met make things happen. They have the freedom to actually choose what they do with their day-to-day life. If we're struggling to make rent, how free are we really? If we lack the resources to change jobs, change homes, change what we do with our lives, how are we free at all? Instead, we're face to face every day with systems riddled with clear flaws run by people who have no interest in fixing them. Phone, text, and email scams every single day. Masked, unidentified people kidnapping people off the streets, and there's no way to know if they're ICE or if they're imposters. Companies are doing everything they can to avoid paying you what you're worth and to charge you more and more for the same shit. And if you ever have a problem, they tell you to shove it. Rich, lazy landlords buying up property en masse, raising prices, and then not lifting a fucking finger to actually maintain or improve the conditions. Artificial scarcity of things like housing, nutritious food, and healthcare, because free market supply and demand means you'll sell us your kidney for a drink of water if you're about to die of dehydration. The complete lack of any real desire in either political party to address any of this. Instead, Republicans want to blame the guy who unpacks fridge trucks at Wendy's, or the lady who picks fruit that ends up in your grocery store, or hot little trannies like me for all the problems that the rich pricks are causing. Democrats want to pretend like none of this is actually happening, and that the only problem with this country is when people say swear words or don't speak with the right tone. I just feel like there's so much room right now for a united movement, for people who actually want to see money and power move away from the ruling class and towards the rest of us. Because for generations now, the secret behind both parties is that the only thing they ever want to do is move power and money from us to them. So what this would mean, making sure people aren't being deprived of their basic needs to line the pockets of some delusional yahoo at the top. This means access to housing, healthy food, clean air and water, affordable health care. It means protecting people's rights, whether that's people's rights to defend themselves against masked thugs trying to kidnap them, their family, or their neighbors, or people trying to get medically necessary health care only to be denied by health insurance or delusional evangelical policies. It means dealing with the two-party rot and corruption, ranked choice voting so we're not stuck choosing between a douche and a turd sandwich every 4 years, repeal of Citizens United so billionaires can't just outright buy elections anymore, dealing with the way that crypto is now being used as a way for foreign and illegal actors to funnel unseen amounts of untraceable money into the pockets of our ruling class. It means making sure corporations actually pay their workers what they're worth. And that includes ensuring a stable retirement. And people ask me, well, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? Our money, as the American populace, our money has been stolen more and more each year by corporations. This inflation bullshit where they just get to raise prices but pay us the same or less, it's theft. And on top of that, wage theft is the most common form of theft in this country, and rarely does anybody see consequences for it. So how's anyone going to pay for it? We're going to steal it back. And if you can't make do with less than $1 billion, how the hell are you expecting everybody else to? Billionaires can cry into their wetted beds about how they're only going to be 100,000 times richer than everybody else instead of being 1,000,000 times richer than everybody else. And I will sleep like a baby knowing that a child with cancer who would have otherwise died will instead be treated and provided for. Anybody who acts like any of this is unreasonable is frankly either lying or fully bought into propaganda that was designed to get them to go against their own best interests. Our ruling class, both parties, spend more money selling us propaganda against our own interests than they actually spend fixing anything. And it's our money. Whether it's stolen by corporations and then donated or collected through taxes, our money is being used to wage war against us. And I think it's time we take it back.